Hey everyone, John Hendricks here, coming at you with another episode of The Drive, presented by Royal Honda here on Boot Crew Media. Saturday, football's one day away. Saints Bucs noon kickoff inside the Superdome. Let's talk about a few things of what we're watching for and some areas that we're definitely going to keep our eyes on as this game unfolds. First thing being, being back at home in the Superdome. I think that's a big deal. Obviously, the Saints fans, obviously, Who Dat Nation travels really well to road games. Now it's home game. Bucs are in town. Division rival. There's a lot of hype going on. If you've seen Saints Twitter handle, seeing things hyped up from like Tyrann Mathieu, Dennis Allen talking about it on Friday. Just the overall atmosphere inside the Superdome is going to be electric. It's going to be crazy. Some things that you do need to know about if you are planning to attend the game is that the Saints have highly encouraged you. You've got to use the app too to get in and out and navigate your way around with the Superdome renovations going on right now. Don't expect to show up 15, 20 minutes before kickoff, get in the line, and expect to get to seats at kickoff, right? So give yourself some time. Newer process with all the renovations going on. So that's something to keep in mind. But obviously, fans are going to be absolutely insane. You think about last year with PJ Williams and his interception, the dome about blew off. Definitely one of the top loudest moments that I've seen covering this team, being inside the dome for the past several years and such. But that's first and foremost is the crowd noise and how it affects Tom Brady too. This is a guy that the Saints are no stranger to getting sacks against or turnovers and such. And look, this is a defense that knows what's at stake. I mean, it's Tom Brady. You can never count this guy out, right? But at the same time, week one in Atlanta, we saw them have some issues with the mobile quarterback. Brady is a guy that likes to get the ball out really quickly. Protection is going to be key for him. It's going to be a little bit harder for Tom Brady because of some of the key offensive linemen. The Bucs are going to be down. Look, I expect the Saints defensive line to send some pressure, blitzing, getting after him, giving him some different looks. You got to disguise some things. You got to make it to where it confuses him a little bit. That's going to be their best friend on Sunday. Defensively, this is getting the pass rush going and then being able to stop the run. Let's not play. Marcus Mariota gave him some trouble last week. Same thing with Cordero Patterson, and now they've got Leonard Fournette in the lineup to face against, and he's a guy that can run the ball as well. So definitely going to be points of emphasis is winning in the trenches, and then flipping right on the other side. Things that we saw last week. The offensive line has to play better. You talked to Pete Carmichael on Thursday. Some issues on the sack wise, blown assignments. Some could be on the quarterback, some could be on the offensive line, some could be on the running back. Those things I expect to get cleaned up a good bit. You're playing at home. You have that advantage going for you for sure. But look, this is a tough front seven the Bucs have. Running is going to be a little bit tough there, but passing game is obviously going to be a big focal point. Giving Jameis Winston enough time to go through his reads and progressions, finding the open man, whether it's Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry, Chris Olave, or Taysom Hill. Is he running in with some powers? Obviously, the big focal point is, does Alvin Kamara play? We'll have to see. He's questionable officially with the rib injury, but Saturday we'll have our answers if they elevate Latavius Murray. This could be a game time decision. It's something that we'll just have to kind of keep an eye on. And so, is it worth risking injury worse, for week two? I don't know. But if Alvin Kamara can play, even if he does play, I don't think he's going to be as utilized as we probably expect him to be. So that's another thing to be cautious about. And so, crowd's going to be a factor. Defensive line, I expect a better showing there. Offensive line is same thing as well. Passing game to get a little bit better. And then all eyes kind of shift to the secondary because, look, you still have a lot of, I don't say newer guys, but, it's different than last year. You don't have C.J. Gardner-Johnson in there. You've used Justin Evans in the slot. You have Bradley Roby that's going to play in place of Paulson Adebo. So Marshawn Lattimore, Mike Evans, everybody knows about that. Now the Bucs aren't going to have Chris Godwin, but they still have talent there with Evans, with Julio Jones, Kyle Rudolph. There's a lot of guys that can still move the ball for the Buccaneers offensively. And so that safety coverage with Marcus May and Tyrann Mathieu, what does it look like in week two? It was good, was far from a perfect product, but guys like Pete Werner shined a good bit. And there were some times where Pete Werner's defending guys that he shouldn't be. You know what I mean? And so, look, there's a lot of focus, emphasis on that. It all comes down to how's the Saints defense match up against Tom Brady? What can Tom Brady do? Because I feel like the Saints offense definitely can put up the points. They can move the ball, and they have Will Lutz in the lineup. So obviously that's going to help with some of these stalemate drives that happen, which I anticipated happening because this is an NFC South game, division opponent. You know this is not going to be an easy type of game for the Saints or the Bucs, if you will. And even though Vegas has, the Saints is a 2.5-point underdog right now, last I checked. So we'll kind of have to see how it plays out. But look, I like the Saints in this one. I like them at home. I know not having Al Kamara would be a big loss for him. They are 8-2 with him in the lineup. He has not missed a game against Tampa in his career. This would be the first one that he misses. Obviously, the Saints have had Tom Brady's number. I don't think they're banking on that. I don't think you can look at any success from past years and then thinking that it's going to have that's how it's going to be this year. Everybody's kind of has a mentality to focus, a shift, attention to detail. Locker room very serious this week. A lot of players very serious. A lot of praise for Tom Brady. And so again, this is just going to be one of those matchups, chess matchups. I expect it to go back and forth on Fox. Kevin Burkhardt, Greg Olson, top broadcast crew in there. Tons of things that we're going to be paying attention to, but that's just a few areas that I'll be looking for during the game. I expect the Saints to have a real good showing. I'm taking them to win. I don't think it'll be a high-scoring affair. I'm taking them about a 28-24 type victory and moving on to Carolina, hopefully, after that. As always, tune to Boot Crew Media. We're going to have live pregame coverage. Jack and Chris and I are going to be out there or be at Superdome and have a pregame show for you, and then I'll be field side after the game to kind of recap my thoughts. Follow us, give us a like, subscribe. Appreciate all your support. Really do. Have a good weekend. Enjoy some college football. Hopefully your team doesn't get upset, or hopefully your team wins. Either way, hopefully it's a precursor to Sunday action in the Superdome, which promises to be electric. I'm John Hendricks for The Drive. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.